All right, so we took two trades today, both on NQ. Actually, I took them on QQQ, right? But I called them out on NQ for my guys that trade, my guys and gals that trade futures, right? So yeah, here are my trades on QQQ. But yeah, pretty much exactly the same trades on NQ. So yeah, let's get into it. Why did I take these longs and why did I take these shorts? The longs played out for 55% at the peak, and these shorts went to 45%. So yeah, let's get into why I took both of these. Right. Um, let's look at the 1 hour coming into today. What was I? Oh, let's get rid of that. I'll show you why I applied at that standard deviation. But yeah, coming into the open, here's 9 o'clock, right? So this is about where we were when I started to do my pre-market analysis, right? If you're looking at the specific location of this high here down to this low here, you'll see that we were still in a area for a OTE reject, right? We're still in this golden pocket on the higher time frame. So I had two things in mind. I was paying close attention to this 15-minute gap here, right? Because I wanted to see if this 15-minute gap rejected. If that 15-minute gap was to reject, I wanted to take shorts down to this is the London low, which was also a 4 hour gap, right? So that's what I was looking at for the shorts. And then on the other hand, I said if this 15-minute inverts to the upside, then we should be able to take calls up to the previous day's high. I was able to catch both sides, even though the 15-minute didn't invert. You'll see the 5-minute did end up playing out on an inversion, so I'll show you that in a second. But I actually want to show you where I plotted my standard deviation and why I plotted it right here, right? Because if you look at this from an overall, like overall, it just looks like we're in an uptrend, which we are. But if we zoom in, you'll see where we actually got a market structure shift. Even though it didn't last very long, this is where, here, let's just start from the bottom, right? Here we have our low here, high, low, high, low, high, low, right? And we're just making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, until finally right here, right? This low breaks below this low here, so we got a lower low right there, lower high, lower low. So this is your downtrend, right? And then where do we plot our standard? Ooh, boy, I'm about to spit out random words. Where do we plot the standard deviation, right? It's the last leg before a major move in the other direction, right? So this is the last leg before the market switches back to an uptrend. So where did I plot it from? From that low right there to this high, right? Well, the body closed right there. Well, in this case, the body open. But yeah. So what you'll see is we were right at the negative 3.5 for the rejection before the market even opened. Lower high there, and then we ended up getting triple top. So am I surprised that we ended up selling off today? Absolutely not, because I already showed you we were in the golden pocket for a higher time frame reject. Now I'm showing you we're at the -3 standard deviation. So this is higher probability for a sell, right? But still, we were able to catch the longs because here we have the 5-minute invert to the upside, right? Usually what I'd wait for is the next candle to open and then give me a pullback. I don't enter right after an inversion. Unless it's a 1 minute. 1 minute I can do that sometimes, but on a higher one like a 5 or a 15, I usually wait for a pullback. So we ended up getting that pullback, right? And where am I looking for us to pull back to? A lower time frame OTE, right? And you'll see where we pulled back to was the golden pocket right there on a 1 minute, which also was this 1 minute gap right there, right? I'm gonna get rid of this because we know what that is already. That's that 15-minute gap. 15-minute gap, and then you'll see we got that bounce there, right? So that's where I took my longs on QQQ. I meant calls on QQQ, and here's the longs on NQ. And what were we targeting? Previous day's high, right? Did we get the previous day's high? No. But what we did get was a 40. We got to 40% on QQQ. I took the trim, and then at the peak, this got to 55%, right? Take the trim, go break even, and then runners hit break even here. So now that I see we're truly rejecting that 15-minute, right? Where is it? What did I just do? All right. Now that I see we're truly respecting that 15-minute Also, it was a 30-minute as well. We respected it, right? And again, like I said, the higher time frame OTE is what we're also in, right? Higher time frame OTE. You see it right there. We're in the OTE range on the higher time frame. All right. So that's clear as day. We're rejecting. And where were we at on the 1 minute? On the 1 minute, once we closed below this low right here, I wanted to see price pull back, give us a retest right here. It was close to 29,300. I wanted to see 29,300 bounce to right here, which would have been 330, right? So I can look to take a short from there and then take it all the way down here to this London low in the 4 hour gap, right? Did we get that? No. So I ended up missing out on all of this profit here. But luckily, we ended up getting a 5 minute gap, and I used that 5 minute gap as a test, right? So we came back, tested that 5 minute gap there, also rejected VWAP, which was ideal, played out perfectly. And then, yeah, we took the short after that. Once we saw we were clearly rejecting that 5 minute gap, rejecting VWAP, take the short. Stop loss went above the high, and yeah, TP was right here at London low. So that one was a lot faster. 45% straight to. I mean, we chopped around for a little bit, but as you can see, we started to trend down after a while and hit full TP on this trade. First trade did not hit full TP, but yeah, man.